Good evening, Freedom fans. Tonight's Freedom Face-Off will be Freedom 16 recap of all the exciting fights that happened, including some exciting news to look forward to. Without further ado, let's invite the voice of freedom himself, Adam Christ. Hope everyone is doing good tonight. You guys ready?
What's going on, brother? You hear me? Good deal. All right. I'm having a tough time hearing you for some reason, but you can hear me, right?
I hear you.
Oh,
You hear me?
okay. Let me turn my volume up. That's probably the issue. Yep, it was. All right, let's get straight into it, fight fans. We are on the heels of Freedom 16. It went down just a couple days ago at the LaGuardia Performance Center, Art Center in Long Island City, New York. Oh my goodness. As they say, it was a movie. It was fantastic fights, top to bottom, start to finish, and it started with Lady Velez and Michelle Estudio. Before we get into that, like I said, epic night of fights. We saw a Wolverine. He got to, against a tough competitor, he got to retain his title. Some new champions were crowned as well. And we saw the darling from down under, Australia. She made it all the way over. But you know what? Ashley Blanco, she had something to prove in her hometown that night. New York was behind her, and Ashley Blanco is now the world champion. So all of that's going to be discussed. But before we get into that, the first bout of the evening was Lady Velez, Michelle Estudio. Man, and those ladies set the night off right. Let's talk about it.
That was a great fight to start the night. I mean, always, whenever the women step into the ring, bro, you know it's going to be entertaining, yeah. Man. I always say this, women fights just, the percentage of how entertaining it's going to be compared to the male fights is like night and day. And sorry it upset the fellas, but yeah, so Michelle is a newcomer, ladies, a newcomer. They're both new to the game, you know, but they both perform like they have plenty of experience. And the ladies just pulled it off, man. I think she just had a lot of fire in her, and I see great potential for both. But man, ladies just was on another level that night.
Excellent fight. Great way to start off Freedom 16 for certain. Great
Can't wait to have her back.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, any performance. I mean, on both ends. Like I said, both of them put up a hell of a fight. I would love to see them both back. But congratulations to Lady. It was your night, Dr. Lady Velez, aka Lady Lover. Oh my gosh, she was fantastic.
Yeah,
but moving on to the next bout.
She had a lot of medicine, bro.
As I understand, she's really a doctor. Am I correct?
No, are you serious? I didn't know that was a real thing.
I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty sick, bro. She's a real doctor in life.
I could be speaking out of turn, and if I am, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I'm maybe like 60%.
What's going on?
There he is. Yeah, there he is.
See you in a few days.
Yep, Cody's father is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to get on to the next fight of the night, which was Elijah Flores and Muhammadiyov.
Muhammadiyov.
Got it. There we go. You got it. I butchered it. I got it right on fight night, but for some reason butchered it now. Anyway, that fight, amazing.
Nah, man. Adam didn't meet Bruce Buffer, bro. Bruce Buffer.
I've not
met Adam, bro.
That's exactly how it should be worded, right?
Yeah,
no, I've never met Bruce Buffer.
But yeah, Elijah versus Muhammad. So like this is definitely a fight that shows what freedom is about, man. These are the future stars and superstars of Muay Thai, of our sport, and they are just looking at how great their technique is, their form, and their talent, their skill. Like all those elements are just on another level, man. When you compare it to new adult fighters, and that is scary. That what they showed in the ring for kids that are like 9 and 10-year-olds is just mind-boggling of how I couldn't believe that they looked that good. Elijah remains undefeated. Um, both, a lot of love and respect to both young men, but Elijah from Spider Muay Thai is definitely a problem. I think, just thinking off my top of my head, uh, I would like to see Elijah with a kid from Cali who we just had from Hills Training Center.
Want to drop the name on us? Potential matchup we got here?
Yeah, so he fought on our last Freedom. He fought on our last Freedom just a few weeks ago in August. Kid that came from Cali. So yeah,
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see them both fight if it works, if it makes sense.
That would be awesome. So after that fight, it took place in the bantamweight division. Hethaifa TBP Karush taking on Leo Chen. That was an excellent fight, man. You and I have both gotten to see Hethaifa grow in the regional scene quite a bit, and his growth, it speaks for itself. And he did well that night. Leo, excellent fighter, not taking anything away from him. That was a fantastic bout. But Hethaifa, I'm really enjoying watching see him grow.
So I gotta say, both fighters are really talented, and I got to see, Hethaifa, like you said, growing in the local tri-state area in Delaware, and I also got to see Leo, and I got to say the main factor, which was obvious, was the size difference. Even though Hethaifa was, that's what his regular fight weight is, he was still a lot bigger, and because of the height difference, Leo might have to, either put more muscle on or fight lower, one or the other. But definitely Hethaifa was just on another level, man. He showed that he belongs at this level in the big stage. And all congratulations to him.
100%.
Would like to see more Muay Thai from Hethaifa though.
I've heard some rumblings about Hethaifa transitioning into another combat sport other than kickboxing and Muay Thai, but I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna egg anything else on. But just heard rumblings. What do I know? But next fight of the night was Tanhan Tori representing Capital MMA, and he took on Daniel Beer. And another great matchup, man. I mean, anybody coming from Capital MMA, when they have it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right. I was right on the tip of my tongue. One of our champions, world champions at that. And anytime you have Amin in your corner, you are an excellent fighter. You know what you're doing. But Daniel Beer,
how'd you like that decision?
I could see it. But I mean, again, it was a great matchup. But I could see the decision.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
I mean, 100%, man. And I like both teams. I like, they both come from well-respected gyms. Both are new to the game, but yet, again, that just shows the level of the fighters that we bring on Freedom. Yeah. We don't just bring anybody. Even when they are new, they come from a well-known gym that when you look at them, they don't look like they're new. And especially anybody like, Daniel Beer, who trains under Steve Mills from 5 Points, who's a former professional champion with plenty of fighters under him, and Amin Belafrique, the best fighter in the world in the 135. Amin Belafrique, when you're training under him, it's just you're in a fight.
Yeah. 100%. It was a great fight, great matchup. I could have gone either way, but again, like you said, when you have somebody like the Freak, Amin Belafrique, in your corner, how's the confidence not going to be there? Which, by the way, I saw Amin join, and I've taken a huge backseat from interviewing, but I do owe you an interview, Amin, and I do promise we were going to get that done. Promise.
Talking about Amin, Adam, today I was working on a huge fight for Amin. He doesn't know this. But today I was on the phone from the morning. Okay. I was working on a big fight for him. Huge fight. USA, your mind is going to blow if this thing goes through. If the other fighter takes it, this fight is going to be huge.
Well, then it looks like Mr. Balafreak and myself have something to talk about here soon. So that's going to be rescheduled. Well, I mean, that's fine. We can break the news. I have the platform. Again, like I said, I just taken a back seat because I'm announcing so much. But I owe a mean, and if you want to give me the news, Mr. Me and Mr. the Freak by the Freak can have a conversation.
Well, you think we should say it? What do you think? You think we should say it? I mean, I just offered it to the other fighter. So.
Why not?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I offered the fight to Ungin Topic versus Amin Bellafree. So we're waiting to see if Ungin Topic will take the fight.
Let's go. We'll see if it's going to happen, but let's go. All right. We dropped some news on him. Let's keep on going with Freedom 16 because it was fire with that fire announcement. Let's keep on with the fire matchups. Willard Klein taking on Eric Demas. Eric Demas always brings it to the table, but Willard Klein was a beast that night.
I knew this fight was going to be very exciting. You know, Willard with his great Muay Thai, you know, technique, it was beautiful Muay Thai. Eric, you know, with the Mexican heart that he have, he's only 18 years old, bro. Like, he's gonna be a monster, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of fighters coming out of Matador. Every single one of them is dangerous because of how big their heart is. They're like Mexican lion heart, bro. That's what, you know, Eric is, and he kept coming and coming. But you know, Willard was smart. He used his long reach, used his knees and his clinch. He was smart about it, man. I want to continue to keep promoting and bringing them both back to Freedom.
Great.
Congratulations to Willard and Two Bridges Muay Thai.
Two great camps meeting in the middle, like you said, Matador, Two Bridges, and yeah, I love it. I love it. Bring them all back. It was an excellent matchup, and I loved it. Moving forward, we had Matthew, the Shiv Sharan, and he took on Will Henry that night. Tell me what you thought about that fight.
Man, I gotta say, I thought Will Henry was winning the fight, and I kept saying, man, he's looking for, you know, Matt was looking for that overhand right. He was just, if he would have just, I kept saying he should hide it more. He should hide it. It was there, but you know, Will was winning. It was like he saw it, and I was like, he needs to hide it more, and then he hid it. I guess maybe it looked like he was hiding it for that spinning back kick, and boom, and man, the whole fight just changed. And he's also a young guy. Nobody knows this kid. He's not a kid, but you know, he's a young man, and he came from college straight from class to weigh-in, and like he came legit running from class to weigh-in, and then right back to the fight. So he shows a lot of discipline, and he's motivated. You know, I'm also another gym that's bringing a lot of fighters, Raktan Muay Thai. All the respect to you guys. And Matt, I'm going to be seeing you soon on Freedom. If you want on, I'm going to put you on in every single show, bro.
Interesting story about that fight. As sometimes it happens, I just have to kind of catch up on notes, you know, sometimes during a fight. So right at that moment, I look down to take a note, and then everybody erupts. Wouldn't you know it? I missed it, right? Yeah, everybody goes crazy. Whoa. So I see down he goes. But fortunately, we had the one and only Walt Zink in the building to capture it, and he made sure to show me the shot that he got, which fantastic shot. As always, Walt Zink.
Beautiful picture.
Make sure you follow the guy. Absolutely. But yeah, so I got caught up on that picture. But yeah, great fight, great matchup, and two great camps. I absolutely love it. Steve Carson and Anthony LeBron, another great fight.
Then also another big fight between two up-and-comers, you know, like they're coming up, they're rising stars in the game. They're getting closer up the ranks, you know, climbing up the rankings in USA Muay Thai, you know, and Anthony showed a lot of good, had a good game plan. I just think, you know, Stevenson just pressed on the gas a little bit more. I think that's what it came down to. Both coming from well-respected gyms. Anthony from 5 Points Muay Thai. Every single, you know, whenever you see that gym, you're in a fight. But and also Two Bridges also been coming up, but Stevenson just pressed on the gas. I think that was the main difference. And I don't know if it was the cardio difference or whatnot, but you know, both had great Muay Thai. But I think that's what it came down to. Stevenson just pressed on the gas, and that was his second fight on Freedom. I think he didn't want to, you know, take that L again. That last fight was close for him, and this time he didn't want to make it close, and he did just that.
We just had a question: when Freedom coming back to Delaware?
If you want Freedom, man, to come back to Delaware, I might just do it next month. I don't know.
I live in Delaware. It'd be an easy show for me to make.
Hey, you know, Adam, you know how crazy I am.
I have gotten the
know how
liberty
crazy
to
I
know
am.
that throughout the years. Yes, I do. You could probably say, if we didn't have a fight this weekend booked already, I wouldn't be shocked if you're like, Adam, get your suit dry clean because we have a fight this weekend. Just calling it what it
Saying
is.
if Darius puts us on the spot, you know me. I'm crazy. I'm like, okay, we're doing a show next month in Delaware.
We know plenty of people in the tri-state area and the up and down East Coast. We can make it happen.
Hey, you give me 10 local fighters, it's done.
Let me win the belt. Hey, grind season wants another shot at that belt. He wants that belt, another shot. I love it. Let's go to Denver.
Darius
I like
is
that
fighting
idea.
for the belt, ladies and gentlemen. Darius is fighting. He's in live, and he wants to know when Freedom is back in Delaware. But I'm gonna say it. Darius is fighting for the Freedom belt. He's getting another shot in the lower weight division in November 11th.
Awesome. Love it. Love to see it. He put on a hell of a performance against Adam Reynolds, and that was in a way bigger weight class than I'm used to seeing him compete.
I'm not mistaken, 4 weight class or 3 weight classes at least.
That's what I'm saying. And without a problem, and fought Adam Reynolds to the decision. Fought a hell of a fight. So Darius, I love the enthusiasm. I love making your voice heard, and I can't wait to be back.
We got more of our fans talking about different states. Let's go to Denver. Just so you guys know, I actually talked about Denver, working on fighting in Denver, but worked with Stevie Madden. So just if it works, I'm happy to do it too.
If I'm not mistaken, you just released the 2024 calendar. So I mean, everybody kind of has a rough update of when we'll be around.
That's just some of the days.
And that's one fight per month, by the way. They're just that schedule that's out now. So one fight per month.
That's just some of them.
That's just some of them. I love it.
Adam, I hope you're ready for this, bro.
I told you to keep me busy. I tried to tell you.
Well, you know what they say. You better watch what you wish for. So
there's only one way to be elite. I heard that from somebody in my life before, right?
That's a smart man. Whoever told you that, he's a wise man.
Hey. Let's
Julio in the house.
Oh, there he is, my guy. We're just about to bring up his fight, which is the next one, the super lightweight Freedom World Championship against Julio Cesar Rios, taking on the world champion Ethan the Wolverine Geffen. Oh my goodness, the pro main event of the evening, and damn did it live up to it. That was one of the best fights I've seen on Freedom yet. I'll say it. As far as the main event, pro main event goes, one of the best fights I've seen yet.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think it's one of the best fights in America. Actually, that was one of the best Muay Thai fights in America, in American history. Julio, you truly are a Mexican prodigy, bro. All the respect to you, brother. You told me you was gonna come and you're gonna give everybody a fight, and you're gonna entertain the house, and you definitely did. Never at any round, at any second, did you look like you were out of it. You were in that fight every single second. You were dangerous. I feel like Ethan pulled it off with the knees and the body kicks, man. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the size difference. I don't know. I felt like Ethan was just, stronger in the clinch, and that's what I thought it was. And then after the fight, Julio ends up telling me that actually a lot of his fights is at 135, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm just thinking like, if Julio fights at 135, he'll be a monster, And he's telling me that's his weight class, so I'm happy to bring him back at his weight class anytime he wants. Whenever he calls, I'll answer and I'll be there for him. But congratulations to the world champion, 3-time Freedom World Champion.
3-time Freedom World Champion Ethan the Wolverine Geffen. He again, all the respect in the world to Julio. He was aggressive from the jump, and I was impressed. In my head, I was like, Ethan is having a hell of a fight on his hands from the jump. I mean, it was a rough fight.
It was dangerous.
You knew it dirty.
Yeah, Julio let everybody in the house be on their toes, be nervous from the rip.
Mm-hmm. His aggression was it was crowd pleasing. It was everything I expected in a title fight. So I would love to see him back for another title opportunity, a lower weight class. But again, a kid Wolverine. I'll have to talk about that in just a second. The Wolverine, Ethan Geffen, was the man of the night, and he retained his world championship. He messaged me after the fight and said, I guess it's official now, because I said the Wolverine, and I've said that the past 2 times I've announced this fight, the Wolverine. He's always been Kid Wolverine before. But in my head, I'm thinking there's no kid about this guy. I mean, he's not only a New York hero, he's a firefighter, he's a world champion. There's no kid about them. He is the Wolverine, period, point blank. And that's exactly what I'm going to call him. And he was like, I guess we officially made it the Wolverine now. So congratulations, Ethan, the Wolverine Geffen. So next fight of the night was Mikey Beefcake Sadlowski against Joel Licata. That was a great fight. And Beefcake has been making his way up. And he fought a dangerous, dangerous fighter in Joel Licata, somebody who's taken multiple fights over in Thailand. And, I mean, so many years Mikey's elder, and Mikey took it to this guy, and it was a hell of a fight. Congratulations to Beefcake.
Definitely a great Muay Thai fight. Joel told everybody in the press conference that it was going to be a great show of Muay Thai, and it was exactly that. It was beautiful Muay Thai, you know, not just in technique, but in power, in skill, in talent. Everything was on point. It wasn't like there was not a single moment in that fight that was anything sloppy or just like Hail Mary. Everything was thought about, you know, and it was executed properly. I feel like for the style, you know, with the experience that Joel had coming into this fight, this was like a win-win situation for Mikey. You know, if he wins, it's like, oh crap, he beat somebody with, you know, 25 fights or whatever. And then if he loses, like, oh man, still it was all the credit and respect for him for taking such a big fight, dangerous fight against somebody as good and as experienced as Joel. I believe it was a close fight, but I believe Mikey did pull it off because just of the volume of, you know, of execution and landing, you know. He just executed more and landed more, and it wasn't just like it was boxing. It wasn't like an American style. It was Muay Thai fight that he won under those rules. You know, you got to understand that we're not in the stadiums. You got to know where you are, and you got to know how it's judged. And Beefcake Mikey he's the one, man. His next fight, I'm gonna give him a title fight. He's been every time I look at him. Sorry, I cut you off, but every time I look at him, he gets better and better and better. What Joe Stripling is doing with this young man, it's dangerous. I don't know what he's doing in the lab, but it's working.
You didn't cut me off. All I was saying was yes, because I was agreeing with you. I think Beefcake is a perfect candidate for a title shot. To show the level of poise and control and confidence that Beefcake had at such a young level of his career, let's just say, I'm not saying his experience, anything like that. I'm just talking about like just his record in his career against somebody like Joel with that level of experience. Just how calm and how poised he was the entire fight and how controlling he was in it. It just showed he's on another level. Him and Joe Stripling are doing some dangerous things there. I couldn't agree with you more.
I wanna make a fight for him right here, right now on the lot. I want to give him the professional USA title against another American, Cody, from the West Coast, who fights at that weight. So if Cody wants to fight and Mikey wants to fight, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm offering it. Mikey is the future.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So it's been put on the table. You dropped 2 bombshells on us outside of what we're already going to talk about, what we still have to talk about. So if you're not tuning into this live, tell your friends to tune in because God knows what's coming next, people. Next up, we had the Black Panther, Kevin Rhodes, and he took on Adel Hussein. And this was the first time I've seen Kevin Rhodes hurt, ever.
I've never seen him hurt like this. And but I knew this fight was dangerous. I know a lot of people that are like, oh, man, this fight is going to be an easy fight, you know, for Kevin. But I knew it was dangerous. I know Adel Hussein very well. And and I know where he comes from, and not only do I know his gym, but I know him as a fighter, how dangerous he is. He's fought everybody that is somebody, and he's been out for a few years, but he's been overseas, or another country, fighting and training, recently, and I knew this fight was dangerous, and I gotta say, I disagree with that 30-27.
Yeah.
This was a fight that if Adil would have had, I wouldn't disagree with it. It was that type of fight, and look, I felt like he won round 1 and round 3, but round 2, 100% Kevin lost that round, and I hate to say it, Adil could have been awarded 10-8. That's how hurt Kevin was in round 2. So you do the math. If I was a judge, I could have possibly made that round a 10-8 round for Adil because of how hurt Kevin was.
Right.
With that said, I think Adil deserves a rematch. If Adil would like it, he deserves it.
I would love to see a rematch. Again, the decision, it was that 30-27. I can see your exact complaint there, 100%. I completely agree with you. I would love to see a rematch, but I don't want to take anything away from Kevin because he rallied back after being hurt so well.
Look, and look, let's not, while we're talking about that, Kevin, look, bro, Kevin is somebody that's never took an easy fight. Every fight, his trainer never gives him an easy fight.
Yeah, I heard about that guy. But yeah, so I don't want to take anything against Kevin. I would love to see a rematch in that fight. It was Kevin's night. He's undefeated for a reason. And again, he rallied back. And the third round, I gave it to Kevin. Even though he lost that second round in both of what we just said, he won that third round. And that just goes to show the tenacity and pro level of a fighter that he is. So I want to give the credit to him as well.
Adil was tired. Adil was tired in round 2. But Adil saw Kevin get tired, and it lit a fire under his ass. I think that's what it was, because if you look at it, right before he took that second win, that second win or third win, Kevin was starting to slow down, and he saw it. Adil picked up on it, and that's what lit a fire on his ass, and he kept going more. And the more that Kevin showed that he was hurt, the more that Adil went. And that's something that every fighter needs to look at, see what Adil did. Adil wasn't fighting at that pace. But when Adil saw and smelled blood, he went for the kill. A lot of fighters don't know how to do what Adil did. You guys need to watch round 2, and you need to learn that when you see a fighter hurt, you need to jump on him the way that Adil did. With that same, theory, round 3, if you look at what was said to Kevin Rhodes, the corner, his coach kept saying, "What the hell are you named the Black Panther for?" That's all was yelled at Kevin. What are you named the Black Panther for? What type of name is that if you're going to look like this? You need to show that you deserve that name. And then the more he heard it, the more he picked up and went and went and went, even though he was dead tired. And he would look at his corner, and then he would go.
Great performance.
So you guys need to learn from that, from both fighters, from Adil and Kevin.
Yeah. I would love to see a rematch in the future, but moving forward, the next bout, out of unforeseen circumstances, was scrapped right before I was about to announce it. I mean, it couldn't have come at a worse time. Literally, it couldn't have come at a worse time. But Andrew Ventura against Freddie Henriquez, and Andrew Ventura is now the junior heavyweight champion of junior heavyweight champion of Freedom. Again, because Freddie backed out of the fight a couple minutes before he was supposed to go on.
What happened, because Adam didn't know until I told him, like, in the ring while he was ready to pronounce it. So this was for the 92.5, I think it was 42 kilogram junior heavyweight Freedom USA Championship.
Yeah.
And this was the first rematch of the night of the 4 USA title fights. So both of these fighters fought each other just a few, literally like maybe 4 or 6 months ago, and on another show. And it was such a great fight. It was entertaining. Andrew pulled off the win. Some thought that Freddie should have won. So I wanted to offer it to Freddie because it was such a close fight. It really was. It was crazy. Everybody was on standing up on the top of the seat. And so I was like, okay, they deserve to, do it again. And something happened backstage, and Freddie got, I guess, his nerves got to him, and he just was. I don't want to use that word, but he started, tearing, and he just said he couldn't do the fight. I don't know if it was the pressure, or if he was afraid of the level of the show, or or knowing his opponent. And his opponent went on to, after he fought him, he went on to fight a few more fights and win and remain undefeated. I don't know if it was that, and he just was worried and scared to take the fight. And I went backstage, not as Andrew's coach, and not as a promoter, but as somebody, as a parent. I went as a parent because Freddie's coach asked me himself to come and talk to me, Freddie. And I told him, listen, no matter what you want to do, I'm with you and I support you. Okay? I want you to do what makes you happy. But I want you to know one thing. I want you to remember that you trained very hard, and your trainer coached you and prepared you. And to remember all the sacrifice that you did for this fight. Remember everything that you did, and you deserve to see the fruits of your labor. But if you truly feel happy not taking the fight, I support you, and I want you to do what makes you happy. Okay? And I left at that. And then I guess he remained wanting not to take the fight, and that's what happened.
Gotcha. Now, when Andrew was in the ring, obviously, I mean, the belt was forfeited. I mean, it was right about to happen, literally right about to happen. And so the new champion was crowned.
If you saw him, he was also crying.
Yeah, he was quite emotional. That's what I was going to say. Can you explain what was going through his head?
He cried because this young man, only 11 years old, who is now the youngest freedom champion in freedom history, he sacrificed a lot. I put him through hell. For this fight, and he felt like he didn't want. And I respected him so much. He wanted to fight for that belt, and that's why he was emotional. He didn't want it to be like that. He actually wanted to go and let the world see the fruits of his labor.
Yeah,
and I
that's no way any champion. Yeah, absolutely. That's no way any champion wants to win their title, and that just goes to show the heart of a champion.
Wa alaikum assalam, Zerjan.
Next bout of the evening was the youth bantamweight freedom national championship against Cassidy Rebel Ribeiro, taking on Sarah the Ginger Ninja Leone. And great fight, but Cassidy's trips, that was it. I mean, that really, her pressure and her strength and those trips, I thought was the key.
Another beautiful fight. It was another rematch. But look, man, I gotta say, it was clear that Cassidy was just the bulldog, bro. Yeah. She was a lot stronger, a lot bigger, and that's what it comes down to. I feel like Sarah. I talked to her coach, Spider, and this is not her weight class. Sarah, is known to take fights bigger than her because it's not one. There's not a lot of girls, and two, not even less girls that are experienced to be able to fight Sarah. But I promised them that I would give them a fight at where they belong at, which is the 52 kilograms division. But not to take away anything, Cassidy looked amazing. She showed great Muay Thai, and I seen a big change from her. All the love and respect to Hard Knocks. Congratulations to the youngest American youth female in the country as the USA Freedom Champion.
Awesome. Congratulations to her as well, the Rebel Cassidy Ribeiro. The next bout of the evening was for the Bantamweight Freedom National Championship. It was Megan Washam taking on Summer Bronco. Fantastic fight. And I'll say this, I thought the fight could have gone either way. I loved the fight. I would love to see a rematch. And for my money, Summer Bronco has one of the best wide crews around. Everybody's video camera was out.
Yeah, definitely, man. But Summer Bronco is a lot more than just a beautiful white crew. She's man, her I gotta say, she had a tough career from the rip, from since she was a young little girl, you know, and I seen her grow as a young girl into the adult division, and she never took an easy fight. Um, and she's always had tough fights, and that's where she belongs, bro, because she is tough. But you know, I feel like she always comes just a little short, and it doesn't. Destiny doesn't go her way. Destiny doesn't go her way, and I told her that after the fight. I'm like, look, this is destiny. You train hard, but you know, destiny wasn't on your side. That doesn't make you who you are. You know, I hope she's listening. If not, I hope she sees it and she hears this. That fight doesn't determine who she is. She's still a great fighter, and she is true champion regardless. It was a great fight, um, but I do believe, you know, Megan pulled it off. You know,
Agreed.
and I knew this fight was gonna be a lot different than the first fight, even though Summer and Megan are now 1-1. Summer just recently beat her just like 6 months ago, but what I seen in Megan after that fight, I don't know what the hell happened, but IFMA, when we took Megan to IFMA, representing USA team, she was, man, dangerous ain't the word. I truly believe Megan is now the best female fighter in the world at the 54 kilogram division. Megan, you are a monster, the queen lioness. Congratulations to you, Megan.
Agreed.
We have
Next
now
bout was
the IFMA world champion, IFMA gold medalist world champion, as the Freedom USA champion.
couldn't write it. The next bout, the co-main event of the evening, was the super middleweight Freedom National Championship. Matthew Pinkney. This was another rematch. Matthew Pinkney against Ben Collins, and another banger. Excellent co-main event.
Another rematch, bro.
Yep.
Another rematch. Another 1-1. Now, Summer versus Megan 1-1. It has to happen again. There's got to be a tiebreaker whenever the ladies want. Now, the same thing. Matt versus Ben. Ben literally just beat Matt like a few weeks ago, and then now they fight again, and then Matt gets it, and then now they're 1-1. Listen, they're 1-1, but now Matt is the king of the division in the USA as the Freedom USA champion. I think he pulled it off, even though it was a close fight. I think if I'm not mistaken, Matt won the fight 4 rounds to 1. But yeah, it was a close fight. But yeah, he won it. You know, 4 rounds to 1. I was watching that fight close, but the first fight was close too, and it could have been the same thing. So if they want to, if they want to do it again, I'm happy to do it again. There's got to be a tiebreaker. But congratulations to the king of the division, now the Freedom USA champion, Matt Pinkney.
The Iron
I
Lion
think all
himself.
eyes are on him, brother. What you think, Adam?
I think so too. I mean, I would love to see a rubber match only because it makes sense. I mean, logically,
Ask
but
you,
at the
Adam. Do you
same
think the
token,
rubber match should happen quick or no?
I would like to see it just to get it out of the way. They've already fought a couple weeks ago, and then they just fought then, or last weekend. So give it a month, maybe 2 months. I'm sure. I mean, Amin would sign up for it. I'm sure. Flipping. Charlie would be down for it. Charlie would be down for it. So why not just get it out of the way? Figure out who is the man right now, which obviously right now is Matthew Pinkney, the Iron Lion, period, point blank. But considering it's 1-1, why not get it done, get it out of the way, and then figure out the rest of the division by the end of the year?
I mean, Matt is the king of the jungle.
Right. 1-1. So let's get it done quickly. And then that frees up the division for the opening rest of the year. And then give Ben, whoever wins this rubber match, give him a little bit of time off. Let the division open up, and then bam, we have a #1 contender by December. I'm not the matchmaker though.
But just so everybody knows, there is a #1 ranked fighter in the country. His name is. Do you know who it is, Adam?
I announce so many fighters these days.
Scoop.
Scoop-de-whoop. Scoop-de-whoop. How could I forget? Okay. That changes a lot of things. Like I said, I announce a lot of fights. It's tough to keep track of the rankings. I just love watching the fights. But that changes a lot of things. Throw Scoop in the mix. Now my tune might have changed a little bit.
So look, we got the USA champion, Matt. We have the #1 ranked fighter, Scoop. And then #2, Ben Collins in the country. So just those three names is enough for me, man. That's already giving me high blood pressure.
I love it. Any of those fights I would love to see, but like you said, it's those three at the top tier right now, so they're going to have to figure it out amongst them.
Whatever they want, Freedom will do. But I got to say, the champion gets the call first.
Absolutely. Matthew, the Iron Lion Pinckney, is the man of the hour, and he is the winner of Freedom 16. Moving on to the main event of the evening, the darling from down under, Penny Godfrey, taking on Ashley Blanco. I want to say Freedom's American sweetheart, maybe. I mean, she's all bright and smiles, but she is an absolute killer in the ring. Ashley Blanco is now the world Freedom champion.
Man, this fight was crazy. I knew Penny was gonna be tough, but I didn't know she was gonna be crazy, bro. She took a head kick and smiled, like not like a smile like faking or acting like she was a devil, bro. Like she just got woken up, but like every time the fight looked like it was getting harder, her smile became more devilish. Like it was scary. And then I'm like, damn, this girl. Yeah, I'm like, but it wasn't a fake smile, bro. It's like, I'm coming for war. Like, yeah, this is where I belong. She definitely represented her country and her gym with a great honor, man. Definitely a game opponent. One of truly the best in the division. But Ashley, I think, if I'm not mistaken, even not knowing her game plan was just changing the levels and consistency, and that's what I kept seeing. Whatever Ray and Augie did with her, and it was she was like the Energizer Bunny, like the bulldog, the American bulldog that just would never stop. Coming. Yeah. Level changes and consistency. And that was the key factor to Ashley making history as the first female fighter in America to become a world champion.
What her and MK Muay Thai and Ray are doing is, again, it's something similar like we were talking earlier. Just whatever they're cooking up in the gym is something fierce, because Ashley gets better and better and better every time I see her fight. And what I noticed the most out of this fight was Ashley found a home for that left hook to the body time and time and time again. And it was gorgeous. I mean, just you said, switching levels, and then bang, that left hook to the body. It kept finding its home. And she's the world champion for a reason.
I don't see a lot of fighters. I haven't seen fighters. So the left hook to the body was one of my favorites, actually, when I was fighting. And I don't see a lot of fighters in you know, huh? So, yeah, man. So, that was like something that my eyes saw harsh when I saw Ashley ripping that left hook to the body. It was beautiful, man. Because I don't see a lot of Muay Thai fighters. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about period. And she was landing that thing like money, man. Ashley, if you're listening, go back to that left hook, man. Because listen, young lady, this was that left hook was money. It was beautiful, and you got something in the bank. Whenever you want, you can go back and cash it in every time you use it. There's not a lot of fighters.
I love it.
Use the body shots.
No, I couldn't agree more. This transitions me perfectly. But Ashley Blanco is the world champion for a reason. She proves time and time again why she's a force to be reckoned with. And like I said, her, Ray, and MK Muay Thai are doing something absolute. I don't know. It's fierce, though. And I love to watch it every time.
MK Muay Thai, Augie, Ray, you have something special. America has something special. Her name is Ashley. Yes, her name is Ashley Blanco, and she is the Freedom World Champion.
World champion. Now, I want to transition real quick because somebody's in the live with us right now who utilizes a lot of body work and body, and he has cardio for days.
What are
And
you talking about?
he's gonna be fighting in a couple days at Freedom 17 in Miami, Florida, and his name is Coey Carney. And man, I can't wait to see him fight. This transition as well, just for a couple fights that we're going to drop, and talk about previewing Freedom 17. But again, with the body work, another one, a champion of Freedom that we'll see fight in a couple days, Coey Carney.
I'm sorry, I gotta cut this off because we got a comment. Dark Side, I love you guys. You guys got all the respect for me, but the comment, I got a girl for you, but we ain't fighting in front of those New York judges. Hammond, Indiana, book it. Look, I'm not gonna say anything about judges that you experienced, but I gotta tell you, the judges on Freedom are handpicked. But with that said, there's nothing perfect. I'm sure in Canada you've seen it in your own hometown, in your backyard, where fights don't go your way. It's just the fight game. But I gotta tell you, Freedom. This show actually was the only show I didn't handpick them, but 99% of the time I handpick the judges. I want the best judges, and I don't give my Freedom champions easy fights. If you want to take the fight, if you want to fight the champion of the world, you got to fight where the champion of the world is. Unless if we come somewhere else and then we offer it. If not, I understand. All respect, but usually the way it goes is if you want the world champion, you go where the world champion is.
Very well said and understandable. But moving forward with that, like I was saying, we were moving forward to Freedom 17, not taking anything away from Freedom 16, but just we wrap that up and we were going to preview a little bit of Freedom 17. Coey Carney is going to be defending his title in just a couple of days of Freedom 17, if I'm not mistaken, right? It'll be for his title.
I'm gonna answer this question, but real quick, at the end of this live, we're gonna talk about Muay Thai in Canada, Freedom in Canada. So if you guys can stay, Tanyos and Darkside, we're gonna talk about that. Coy, you are going to be the man this Friday when you fight the Russian killer, bro, with over 150 fights. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? Coy Carney, the best fighter in the country, is going against the best fighter in Russia with over 150 fights. Coy Carney, man, talking about body shots, man. This kid, he's a master with body shots. He's a mastermind with body shots. What Leo is doing with him for Forza Muay Thai, it is crazy. But everybody's going to be in for a treat when they see Freedom 17, when Coy comes against the Russian world champion. This is going to be a huge fight. You guys don't want to miss it, man. I've never seen Coy go back. And the person that he's fighting is a very, very, very dangerous fighter. Not many people would have took that fight.
Tough competitor that Coey has to take on in just a couple of days. Well, just a little bit of backstory I wanted to drop on Coey. Would you believe me if I tell you what's his weight? What is he the champion weight class right now?
He's the 154-pound USA champion. The 70 kilogram.
Would you believe me if I told you that he was a 270-pound football player before?
I believe I know. It's scary.
Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind when I heard that story and how the transition was made and him dropping the weight that he did to get to where the animal, the cardio beast, the specimen that he is, the champion that he is. And oh my gosh, what an inspirational story from Coey Carney. And he's the champion for a reason, but he has his work cut out for him in just a couple of days in Miami, Florida.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Nobody knows this, but I when I offered this fight to Coy's coach, his camp, I told him straight up, listen, if this fight is not good, because at the end of the day, I got to take care of, every fighter. I can't let anybody feel like they were being set up. I don't care if they're my fighters or anybody's fighters. I make sure that it's a fair fight for everybody. So I have to tell him, listen, this opponent is a big deal. He's a big name. Gregory is a monster. Gregory is a monster from Nico's gym in Florida right now. He's living there right now, and he is no game Are you sure with this? They were like, yeah. Leo's response was, Rami, you're giving us a world title fight. We can't take just somebody that is the best in the USA. And I was like, man, I respect you, Leo. And I know Koi's game.
I can't wait to see this fight. I can't wait to see what Miami has in store for us because I know we are bringing the fire to Miami. And that's not going to be all in Coey Carney's title fight. I want to talk about Luis Morales. That fight is absolute fire. Our freedom champion is back, ladies and gentlemen. The I'm a goosebumps right now. I wish you guys can see, but yeah,
You guys
Luis Morales.
don't know how big this world title fight is.
We
thought we had a
That's why I'm
huge
stumbling.
pro main event world title fight just a few days ago. Freedom is up in it again and again. This Friday, you got the Savage, the Mexican Prodigy versus the Bolivian Lion. Man, this is gonna be a huge fight. Lewis is Freedom World Champion and a WMC Intercontinental Champion. He's gonna be defending his Freedom World title against one of the most dangerous welterweights in the world, Marcos Vasquez. I can't tell you how this fight is gonna go, but I would say this: if I had to say anything about a decision, it's not going to decision.
No, I
Somebody's
don't anticipate a decision.
stop.
I think if I'd say by the third, honestly, I don't see it going far, man. I really don't. Both these guys come at it from the bell, from the rip, and they both throw heat. So I really don't see it lasting that long at all. Both these fighters, every time they're in the Freedom ring, it's fireworks. This one's not going to be no different. And Miami is in for a treat. We are bringing the heat down to the heat. Miami is going to be on fire.
What do you think about the decision? How the decision going to be?
Of this fight?
Yes.
I can't. I'm going to say.
You think it's? Tell me this. Don't tell me who's going to win. Right. Tell me. Do you think it's a decision or do you think it's a stoppage?
I think it's a stoppage by round 3.
Oi.
By round 3.
You heard it from the voice of freedom himself.
Yeah. I could see a KO, an actual KO. I could see a TKO, but I see a stoppage by round 3. I don't see it going
I gotta say, I agree with you with the voice of freedom. I agree with him. There's a comment by E Money. It says, Henry, when you fighting on freedom with the eye emoji? And I gotta say, Henry is the #1 fighter ranked in the USA for WBC. And if I'm not mistaken, Ethan Geffen, who is the world champion, said he wants to fight the #1 fighter. So if Henry is down for the fight, the fight is there for you for the world title because Ethan Geffen wants that fight.
Would love to see it. And I know if it wouldn't be on a card that's already upcoming, you'll make a card for it. So again, the offer's on the table. The offer's on the table. So yeah, Luis Morales and Mr. Vasquez, they're going to be throwing down. We have Coey Carney throwing down against the Russian with over 100 fights. It's anything else we got to talk about before we get off after our hour-long conversation this live?
There's another huge world title fight with the future superstars. We have the USA Freedom Champion, the super lightweight 52-kilogram Freedom USA Champion, Christian Rodriguez, who will be taking on 3-time world champion Samir, who is a Ukrainian Uzbekistani fighter. He's going to be a problem, bro. If you guys don't know who Samir is, you will soon. This Friday, Samir versus Christian. These are the future superstars of Muay Thai. They are here. You don't want to miss this fight. You know, this fight is going to be huge. It's going to be for the world title. The most expensive Muay Thai belt in the world is going to be on the line because truly you have the best fighter in America versus the best fighter in Ukraine going at it for the Freedom World title. This is going to be a huge fight.
And it's going to be on FCLTV.com, Fight Club Live TV.com. Again, make sure you get your online pay-per-view, get it in. You don't want to miss this fight card. Anything else we have to talk about, Rami? It's on you.
So look, we had few fights that was offered. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody can go back if they say they didn't hear it, they can go back. And you guys that were here and joined us in the comments and watching, you can let them know and share this video. It's gonna be on YouTube shortly, and they can watch it on Instagram. You could let them know that they were called out. If they want that fight, respectfully, they deserve it. Respectfully, they deserve it. As far as Canada, like I said, I was gonna come back to it. Freedom has been trying to bring Muay Thai to Canada, and I don't know if you want to call it politics or whatnot. There's certain things that was holding it back, and my main reason for going to Canada, I'm gonna just say it, is because we have a two-time world champion, the best and youngest female in the world, Olivia Bassus. She is from Canada, and I gave her my word that I will take Freedom to Canada. I tried so hard, but there's something so small that is stopping Freedom from going. And it's like, when I say small, it's like I can't. It's not even really on paper, but they want to stop it because of that. And I'm not. I'm supposed to change. All I'm going to say is the sanctioning body is supposed to sanction, and the promotion is supposed to promote. The promotion is not supposed to sanction, and the sanctioning is not supposed to promote. You know, if we want Muay Thai to grow, if we want Muay Thai to grow, we have to be kind to one another and helping things be smooth in the sport. You know, if we just do our job, if everybody just does their job, we will all grow and succeed. Olivia, thank you, Habibti, for the comment. She said, "You're the best. I know you work so hard. I believe in you." No, Habibti, I believe in you. You are the best. You are not the future. You are the present and the future. Inshallah, you are very, very, very talented. God bless you. And I'm going to watch over you. You don't have to ever worry about anything anymore. You're going, you know, when they say the stars is the limit, the sky is not the limit. We're going all the way, inshallah, to the top.
Yeah, she says that you're the best, and I think the world knows that Olivia is in fact the best. And her work proves it in the ring time and time again. Olivia Bassus is the best. And I can't wait to see her again back in the ring. Again, I would love to see it in Canada if, you know, God willing, that works out. But I
We had
know
everything set,
you gotta
Adam.
take care of her. And I know everything will be taken care of. And if we get to Canada, that's awesome. If not, she will be back in the Freedom Ring defending her belt as soon as possible, like the world champion that she is.
Yeah, man. We had everything set. November 18 was the date.
Yeah.
And I'm still willing to do it. I'm still willing to do it. If Canada changes, whoever is listening to the live is watching. And if you know anybody in the sanctioning, you know, if you're listening, I'm willing to do it. November 18. Let's talk. If we want to get on the table, let's talk. There's
I love
some
it.
comments in there. You see the comments?
She said, "Keep practicing your announcement for me." I've announced her. I've had the pleasure to announce Olivia twice. One at the world famous Lumpini Stadium, as she was the youngest female fighter to ever compete in Lumpini Stadium and capture a win, and then also to announce her fight in New York. Again, she is the present. She is the future. She is the diamond, Olivia Bassus. I got your announcement, girl. Don't you worry about that.
We have Dark Side. I'm curious to hear what they told you. I'm happy to talk to you, brother. No problem. So I'm happy to talk to you.
Awesome.
Hikmat said Rami must buy his ticket to Miami if he wants to be there.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings about that. Tell Rami to buy his ticket.
You know, I bought tickets for everybody that is going to the show except myself. I still haven't bought. Your ticket is bought. Everybody's ticket is bought except mine. I don't know. If I don't show up, you just take care of it, Adam.
I mean, I've done enough Freedom shows that I'm pretty sure I know how things operate at this point. But, you know, please make sure you get your ticket, Rami. I don't want to do this.
I'm supposed. I think I'm going tomorrow, and I don't even have a ticket yet.
You sound like me when I went to Thailand.
I was gonna kill you, bro. I was gonna kill you in that, bro. But you made it happen. You made it happen.
I made it happen. And lessons were learned. And you know what? We're going back to Thailand next year, and I cannot wait. Not only Thailand, but we'll be in Uzbekistan. We'll be in California. We will be a ton of places. So the listings The
Come
listing.
to Uzbekistan.
The listings are on our social media, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you keep up with our social media to find out all the future updates, all news with Freedom. Other than that, make sure you tune in to Fight Club Live TV. That's FCLTV.com this Friday for Freedom 17. Fighters, make sure you tune into the itinerary. Everything is posted on the IG. You have no excuses. The weigh-ins, the fight itinerary, everything is posted. So again, fighters, everything is going to be in your social media. Check it out. Everybody, fight fans, Fight Club Live TV.com, Freedom 17. Freedom is coming. Rami, anything?
Guys, order the live pay-per-view this Friday. FCLTV.com. Let your friends know, let your mom know, let your dad know, let everybody in your family and your circle know. Share the event. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. It's going to be crazy. FCLTV.com this Friday. Freedom is what?
Freedom is coming. Miami, Florida, we are coming. We were in New York just a couple days ago, and we are going to be in Miami in just a couple days. FCLTV.com. Freedom is coming. Miami, freedom is coming.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, the Voice of Freedom and I. I'm excited. We'll see you just in a few days. Bang.
Just a couple days.
Assalamu alaikum.